Hello, here we are with a hands-on with the Sony Xperia XZ1 Compact, being recorded just a few days after the official announcement. We must make you aware that this is a pre-production device, so a few things may change come the final production model, but we don't expect much change, just a little caveat there. So as you can see, we've got the black coloured model here, and this feels so reassuringly good in hand. Yes, it's a compact device. It's a 4.6-inch HD display on the front here with stereo speakers on the front, so one here and one here. We've got the front facing 8 megapixel camera, and if you turn it on its side you can see this thing is a bit chunky. It weighs in at 143 grams and is 9.3 millimeters thick, but wow, it just feels solid in hand, and that's helped by the metal body. It's been designed not to be easily bendable or twistable. It just feels really chunky, really solid and reassuring. Now, given that it is a 4.6-inch display in here, there is quite a bit of bezel top and bottom, which makes the overall profile slightly larger than many other devices with bigger screens. So take a Samsung Galaxy S7 or S8. When you actually compare the two, it's surprising how big this actually is. But what you don't get with some of those other devices is the kind of reassuring firm grip and hold, because they're much slimmer and designed to sort of be perhaps aesthetically more appealing, although in practicality purposes this works really well. So on the right side of the device we've got the volume rocker key, we've got the recessed power button here which also doubles up as your fingerprint sensor, and there is the dedicated camera shutter button, which you don't get on a lot of devices today. It's a really nice touch and I love that. On the back we've got the 19 megapixel rear facing camera, LED flash. Of course this camera is capable of slow motion at 960 frames per second. We've got the Xperia logo here on the back, slightly etched in. We've got the NFC panel as well. Flip over to the left hand side and there's not much to speak of here other than this removable panel. If we pull this panel out you get access to the micro SD card slot, so it will take a 256 gigabyte micro SD card and a nano SIM card. There's 32 gig of storage built into this device, and of that about 11 gig is used by the system for the install. So you can expand it with the micro SD card, and what I like here is you can easily access it. You don't need an ejector pin or anything like that. Go to the top of the device and you'll see we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack. When many devices are moving away from this, Sony have stuck with that. We've got a microphone, and then on the bottom we've got the USB Type-C connection and another microphone here as well. So this is a USB 3 connection, so 10 times faster speeds than USB 2. And through this headphone jack, to sort of accompany the front-facing stereo speakers, you're going to get an enhanced audio experience thanks to high-res audio, digital noise cancellation and things like that. So audio lovers are going to really like this device. So it's quite a crisp and clear screen. Given the resolution here, it's not full HD, it's 720p HD, but it's quite punchy. The benefit of the lower resolution display is it's going to be a bit more sensitive on the battery use, which in here is a 2700 milliamp hour battery, so built into this as well. It has got a very capable Snapdragon 835 processor. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, so this thing is going to work like a charm. And I've always been a fan of the compact phones, and you don't always need full HD displays for a lot of what you're doing. I don't need to see a WhatsApp message or a web page in HD. Maybe some videos would be nice, but I think actually Sony make up for it for the experience with the stereo speakers here. You know, you don't always need that detail on the go, and if you need to, then well, you'll need to opt for the Sony Xperia XZ1, not the compact model. So standard Google installation, Android 8 or Oreo pre-installed here. Be one of the first devices to actually offer that out of the box. So fully certified, you've got all your Google suite of applications as you'd expect. You've got your phone dialer, your messaging, all the sort of standard functionality. Sony do pre-install some applications which might not be to everybody's taste. Some of those you can obviously disable or uninstall if you actually want to. And a small caveat here, this is a pre-production unit there. We can drop down from the notification shade and you've got the options to customize some of the quick access settings, and we can jump through into the full system settings here if we want to. So if we just go into the system here, you'll see it's Android 8 pre-installed. So although it's got a 2700 milliamp hour battery and it should perform really well, you've obviously got Sony's battery stamina mode built in as well, which is going to really help you get more out of this device. And you're going to use this device a lot. It's got a lovely 19 megapixel rear camera. It's also got a 8 megapixel front facing camera, which you can actually change the field of view from 80 to 120. You've also got the super slow motion, so you can record some footage at real slow speeds. We've taken some test footage of a local air show that's been on, and we'll be sure to include some of that in our full review. You've got lots of settings in the way that you can actually control the video and the camera application. You've got full manual mode as well as the superior auto mode. So lots of options there for the creative types. But one of the most innovative features, given the lack of innovation in the actual design here, is this 3D creator. We've been testing this out on the XZ1 and been really impressed by what it does. It's not going to be for everyone, but it allows you to scan things in 3D, as the name might suggest, so faces, heads, and you can do a lot with this. You can send the files to friends and family. You can send it off to specialist companies to have it printed. You can actually create the file to print it yourself through a 3D printer and things like that, and there's more functionality due to come in what this can do. The device is also IP rated, so you can get it wet. You've got Corning Gorilla Glass 5 here on the screen as well. So it's fairly robust, it feels chunky in hand, and overall our initial impressions of this device are really good. We'll be sure to give you a full review of this device in the coming weeks, so be sure to check back on Clove Technology's YouTube channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.